Hey, it's Ronnie again. I had an interesting thought while I was working on some things today about making better decisions. And what I mean by that is better decisions mean better than yesterday, better than last year, better than last week. It could mean anything better than you've done in the past. Often I have myself and I've seen other people go all in on a fitness program, a mental training program, a focus routine, and fail. If you succeed at those plans, I'm not trying to discourage you. If you did P90X and you're still doing P90X 10 years later and it worked for you, or CrossFit or anything like that, I encourage you. I admire you. I'm not you. It didn't work for me. I tried those drastic changes, drastic workout plans, drastic diets, drastic this and that, and it just didn't work. So, what I started doing several years ago is making better decisions. I'll give you an example. I used to like to have a couple of glasses of wine every night, a couple of beers, something like that. It was too much alcohol in a week, but I would drink it. And what I did to make a better decision was I added a glass of water in between them. One glass of water, that was it. I would drink more water. That led to better health, obviously, more hydrated, less effect in the morning of hangover or whatever. But I also found that then I wanted to make a better decision than that. So I cut down to one drink a night. That was it. And more water. Then eventually, now this happened over time. I'm not saying just, do this immediately. Over time, I got down to my normal would be one drink a week. Now, I didn't have a real problem with alcohol, but I drank too much alcohol. That's the way I cut it down. Same with sugar. Now, sugar was a little bit different. Sugar, I had to make better decisions on the snacks I ate. I don't eat anything that's overly sugary for any kind of snack. I'll eat vegetables or almonds or something like that. That's another example of a better decision. Now, how I got there, and let me tell you, my weakness was cream cheese danishes. I still love them. I can't eat them because they're so sweet. It just gives me a sugar rush. But over time, I started having fewer of those in a week. It wouldn't be an everyday thing when I went to the convenience store, grabbed coffee and a cream cheese Danish, cut them down to a couple of times a week, and then made better decisions about what I was going to snack on. I haven't had a cream cheese Danish in months, but I do not uh, keep myself from having them. It's not that I said, hey, I'll never have another cream cheese Danish. It's that I made better decisions so that more often than not, I would avoid them until they weren't an addiction anymore. Also about exercise. Taking the stairs is a real thing. It's cliche now because everybody says if you just take the stairs, you make a huge difference. Turns out they're right. If you take a couple of flights of stairs on a regular basis, it does make a difference. So I find myself not using moving sidewalks in the airports, not using the escalators, but using stairs. Just by nature now, it's by habit because over a long period of time, and I mean months to years, I changed the habits I had to reflect the life I wanted to live. Making those better decisions every day will change your life. And I would even say, change your attitude. Speaking of attitude, you can do the same thing with your mental process. Choosing to act on purpose rather than react to a situation. Choosing to stop and think about something, even if you only do that once a day or once a week, if you're a reactive person, changes the way your brain works and it changes the way you react to the world. So it's not just your coworkers, it's not just your family. If you start making those small changes in how you act rather than react, that becomes the habit. That becomes the norm until if you do have a reaction, it surprises you and you say, hey, what happened? I haven't done that in a long time. That happened to me the other day. I had a reaction instead of a thoughtful action. And it surprised me. I thought, man, I'm glad I don't do that all the time anymore. That's not a pleasant experience. So that's my little lesson for today is make better decisions. You don't have to jump all in and go work out an hour a day for, the next month. But if you decide to add in a little physical activity, maybe change a thought process, maybe push back from your desk, look out the window and think for a few minutes rather than react to something, then you're making progress. And believe it or not, those little steps you take, as insignificant as they might seem at the moment, will change your life over a shorter period of time than you might think it would take to do so. So I encourage you, go out there and pick a thing. Pick any one thing. Pick maybe you want to eat better. Maybe that's your thing you want to do right now. So choose a different snack. Wait a little bit longer before a meal. If it's a physical thing you want to do, if you're like, man, I really need to be more active, decide to take a walk instead of watching a show. Go take a walk for half an hour. You're not watching TV. You're actually taking a nice leisurely walk, and it doesn't have to be every day and it doesn't have to be super speed. Just go do something different, change your behavior, and you'll find that those little changes add up to a whole different you. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you again soon.